She had always been different, quiet, modest, obedient to Allah, never seeking the approval of the world. But to them, she was an easy target. Every morning she would walk into her school or workplace, feeling their eyes on her. Whispered jokes, stifled laughter. Why are you so boring? No one will ever like you. It wasn't just words, it was their way of breaking her spirit. For years, she smiled through the pain, praying in secret, asking Allah for patience, for strength. But the hurt stayed. The scars were invisible, but they were real. And slowly, a thought began to form in her heart. What if I could make them regret it? What if they saw me rise only after I took my revenge? At first, it started small, just little ways to prove them wrong. A success here, a compliment there. But as her confidence grew, so did her desire for revenge. She worked tirelessly, pouring herself into her education, her skills, her career, all while keeping a careful eye on those who mocked her. Every achievement became a silent message. Look at me now. And then she struck. She made moves that ensured they would feel the sting of their own cruelty. She watched them get shocked, embarrassed, and finally humbled. For a brief moment, she felt satisfaction, sweet, intoxicating satisfaction. She had taken control. She had shown them. But at what cost? The revenge worked, but her heart didn't heal. Instead of joy, she felt emptiness. The smiles she once wanted from them now seemed meaningless. She began to remember the words of her favorite du'as, the nights she prayed for patience instead of vindication, and slowly a heavy truth sank in. I have fallen into what they feared I would. I let my heart carry anger, and I lost my peace. She realized that revenge had only fueled her pain. It hadn't fixed the mockery or erased the past. It had simply chained her to bitterness. And that night, she turned to Allah like never before. Tears flowing, heart breaking. She asks for forgiveness, for the revenge, for the hatred, for letting anger rule her. And Allah, in His mercy, answered. From that moment on, she changed. She let go of revenge. She embraced kindness, humility, and trust in Allah's plan. The people who mocked her, they remained part of her past, but she discovered something greater, that peace, self-respect, and Allah's pleasure were worth far more than fleeting satisfaction. And slowly, those who once mocked her began to notice her calm confidence, her unshakable faith, and her strength. They didn't laugh anymore. They watched, and some even learned the power of respect and humility from her example. Sometimes we are mocked, laughed at, or hurt, and sometimes the desire for revenge is strong. But the true victory, the victory that lasts, is trusting Allah, seeking His forgiveness, and rising above the anger. If you've ever been mocked, belittled, or ignored, remember this story. Hold your heart in patience, seek Allah's guidance, and let your actions reflect your faith, not your hurt. If this story touched you, inspire others by liking, sharing, and commenting your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon, because we share stories that heal hearts, strengthen faith, and remind us that Allah sees every struggle and every dua. Watch to the end of every story and let your heart feel the wisdom and mercy that comes from Allah alone.